What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Foot Talk PA. Always keep it a stack, always keep it a buck. 76ers won a basketball game. Like an actual basketball game against an actual opponent. 76ers won. So we're rocking that vintage Edgecombe this morning. I woke up this morning and Tyrese Maxey, 34 points, 10 assists, 3 steals, 2 rebounds, 15 of 28, super efficient. Should have had the game-winning shot. We'll get into that. Embiid, I'm allowed to do this. We are back on the Joel Embiid hype train. We're back. I know it's been like 1.5 months of, Embiid. He's having like 20. I had like around 27, 28 points a game over the last month. But dude, shout out Joel Embiid, man. He's doing his thing. Once again, 32 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists on Alperen Şengün's head. I know really it was Clint Capella trying to guard him for most of the night, but shout out to him. And let's get into this. So the Sixers actually had a pretty decent third quarter. Once again, Sixers statistically this season, one of the worst third quarter teams in basketball. I think they went into halftime up 6. They go back down at the end of the third quarter, up 2. They go into the fourth quarter, 3 minutes and 23 seconds without scoring. Houston 28-6 run. Reed Shepherd looking like prime Steph. And, Houston was about to run away with it. They were up by 9. But Tyrese Maxey said no. Tyrese Maxey said not today. Nick Nurse, shout out Nick Nurse. He finally learned what a timeout is. You're allowed to use them in the second half. But Tyrese Maxey, man. And Amen Thompson, he knows he goaltended. That was clear goaltending. And hey, his refs when Houston get that dub. But once again, Paul George defensively was really good down the stretch. Had 2 clutch steals. Shout out PG. But Sixers big time overtime win versus a top team in the West. Somehow, some way. The 76ers are still 5th in an Eastern Conference where, yes, even though you get swept, embarrassingly, you get, swept in a, back-to-back home series games against Cleveland. You're still 5th in the East. You're still ahead of Cleveland. But then you got Detroit 1, Knicks 2, Celtics 3. Magic, I would assume. Maybe not Magic. You got the Magic actually, no. Toronto at 4. But Pistons 1, Celtics 2, Knicks 3. We're going to talk about the Knicks. Raptors 4, and Philly at 5. The East is so wide. It's very frustrating for the East to be this wide open. The Knicks have been like 2-8. Now, they finally won a game last night. But the Knicks have been like 3-7. They were like 2-8 since like the NBA Cup, regular season, champions. And for you to still be not 500, but that's what it feels like. Sixers have been like 500 over their last 10 games themselves. It's not really anything to like write home about, but as long as I have Tyrese Maxey, maybe you know what? Shout out. We'll do a quick cat because this dude refused to go down. Shout out Wanda Durant. Shout out KD, man. DMV. 36 points on 13 of 21. It's nasty. Only 6 free throws. So, they weren't really calling anything either way. Down the stretch, KD got bumped like 3 separate times. They were not calling anything. But, hey, shout out KD, man. He did his thing last night. Şengün did not have his best night. 5 of 14, 13 points. 2 for 7 from the free throw line. That's disgusting. Negative 18, box plus minus. Ooh, ooh, man, yeah. So the same amount of points as Tori Izan. Sound like good. It's not a good statistic. Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre is, let me make sure I just get this right. Kelly Oubre, 9,000 points. It was pretty, hey, he did it. Kelly Oubre. For all the Sixers fans that were saying, you get Kelly Oubre off my team, get Dominic Barlow off my team, respectfully, to shut up. Like, you don't know, for a guy, I would be able to understand how valuable guys like Kelly Oubre are, especially when Kelly Oubre was out, how valuable a guy like Dominic Barlow. Now, Dominic Barlow, he got the KD assignment last night, and there's very few players that have even been able to slow down Kevin Durant. So that's tough. But over the season, Dominic Barlow defensively has been marvels for the 76ers. Kelly Oubre, when he's in the lineup last season, this season, has been doing marvels for the 76ers. It's not, and Kelly Oubre is not like the guy. Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, Paul George. Actually, it's really turned into Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, BJ Edgecombe, Paul George. That's what the offense is. So for people saying like Kelly Oubre is supposed to be this guy averaging like 24, 25 a night, like be serious. Respect, like just be serious. That's all we can ask. Just be serious. But big time win last night. Embiid passed Charles Barkley for something. Triple doubles, second in team history. Shout out Embiid. And we're going to talk about the Knicks because both teams, the Knicks and the Sixers, their next game is against each other on Sunday. So we're gonna dive into that matchup. But the Sixers, this is why I can't take my team so serious, because you'll have great games like this. You'll have great games against Houston. You'll have great games against the Knicks. You'll have great games against the Celtics. And then you'll play absolutely terrible against LinkedIn workers that are, playing for the Denver Nuggets because they don't have anybody else to put on the floor. You'll play terrible against the bench. Like Donovan Mitchell will have 13 points on like 3 for 18 shooting, and you'll let some dude named Jalen Tyson score 39 points. So for every great Sixers win this season, there's been a loss that is equally as astounding. Like, how did this happen? Once again, that's something the Sixers clearly need to work on if they want to go any chance of going deep this postseason. But that's just one of the main reasons I just can't take this team that serious yet, because they'll so do stuff like that. But the Sixers, it's good. They're in a great. I think they're still in a great spot. Like BJ is much better. Nobody expected him to be this good this early. Joel Embiid. I did not expect Joel Embiid to still be able to do this. Yet, is he still the same guy from like 2018 to 2023? No. But he's clearly still someone that can give you 32, 15, and 10. Give you like 28 points in 24 minutes in certain games. Like he can still do that. So it's not like, Paul George. Like he doesn't have to be Los Angeles Clippers Paul George. He can just be the third, sometimes fourth option on certain nights. He can still do that. Tyrese Maxey, y'all know how I feel about him. MVP candidate. Jeremy Kane. Now, Jeremy Kane dropped like 50 points in the G League last week. Not Janai Broom. Dropped 50 points. And Jeremy McCain has been playing well in the G League, but right, and this is looking like a Jalen Brunson Dallas Mavericks situation where you have guys that just there's not enough room to grow. Because I mean, look, you got Maxi, you got VJ. Then off the bench, Quentin Grimes has been, the starting factor. Like I get to talk louder now because my roommate finally woke up. Yes, it's like 9:30 in the morning as we're doing this. So bear with me here. But yeah, Quentin Grimes. Like now, like you see, he's coming off the bench. And he's, kind of been the focal. He's been the leader, like six man. And Jared McCain, who was in the starting lineup a bunch of times last season, now it's like there's not a lot of room to grow, develop, and the turnovers weren't great. Looked he was losing a bit of confidence. So I think going to the G League, once again, like we said last week, is going to help him, develop. But Sixers, I still think they're in a great place. I think eventually they can overtake Toronto and gain that advantage. Hopefully the Knicks just keep losing. We're about to get into them. But Boston, you got to shout out Joe Mazzulla. You got to shout out JB. Because we give credit where it's due. Jaylen Brown, JB, we give credit. But, Detroit, they're just really consistent right now. Playing really well, all ends of the floor. Cade Cunningham, he's doing Cade Cunningham things, man. And then, yeah, obviously, other teams like Orlando and, Cleveland, I'm still not taking, obviously, Jalen Tyson is not going to be dropping 39 points in the playoffs. Like that, there's levels to this. So Cleveland, there's still a team that if they're in the same spot that they are right now, someone might get traded in the next 2.5 weeks from Cleveland before that deadline. We'll see how that goes. But right now, I just really like where the Sixers are at. Once again, Tyrese Maxey, 34 and 10 with 3 steals. Shot over 50% from the field, 43 minutes, including OT. Once again, Amen Thompson, that was a goaltend. But you cannot let, once again, Houston, 28-6 run. You can't let that happen. Can't let guys like Reed Shepard respect. I mean, hey, he went off, but bro, like y'all gotta do something about that. Stop ball watching in the fourth quarter. But and last thing we'll talk about, let's talk about this. The Knicks. We're gonna talk about this. So next game, the Sixers play. Next game, the Knicks play will be Knicks at Sixers. Sunday, 3 p.m. ABC, I believe. And hey, I'm just gonna say it, the New York Knicks have been bad. Like egregiously bad since winning the regular season NBA Cup. Like Knicks fans were telling me, hey, yo, we're coming, Jalen Brunson, we're gonna do this and trumpeting and parades, and everybody was doing all that. Went on to go 2-8. Now I think 3-7 in their last 10 games. The New York Knicks are, and this is the Mike Brown experience. This is the Mike Brown experience we tried to tell Knicks fans about. You lost by 23 points to the Dallas Mavericks at home. Home. Come on, bro. The New York Knicks are unserious. If the Knicks face the Sixers in the playoffs, I love that matchup because I know Brunson can't guard anyone for his life. I know Maxey is a better defender than Brunson. I know Embiid is going to still dominate Mitchell Robinson. I know VJ is going to be all over. We saw VJ against the Knicks in the Garden 3 weeks ago. The New York Knicks have been abysmal as of late. And, they got a little win the other night, but the New York Knicks have not been that good, since their regular season NBA Cup championship. Josh Hart doing bussy stuff on TV with Jalen Brunson. Y'all can key and, bull jive and jockey around, but When it's not accumulating to wins, now we're looking at you some type of way. But yeah, I love how the Sixers stack up with the Knicks. I'll take Maxey, particularly defensively, over Brunson any day. I love how VJ, OG and Hart are really good defenders, but I love how VJ is able to, attack, still get his own shots. We saw that 3.5 weeks ago once again in the Garden, that big time win, right before they lost to the LinkedIn Denver Nuggets. Embiid, even he's not the same guy, can clearly still dominate Mitchell Robinson, Paul George, Quentin Grimes, and those all matchups, stack up. They could go either way. But the 76ers and the Knicks, that will be a big time game, big time performance. We'll see who gets the dub. But Knicks fans going through that Mike Brown experience right now. We try to tell y'all didn't listen. So now y'all are going to get to feel what Cavs fans went through, what Kings fans went through. Y'all are going to learn. Y'all are going to find out. But hey, man, Tyrese Maxey, the generator, VJ Edgecombe, man. As long as I got those two guys, I honestly feel like the Sixers have a shot. Mad Max should have had his, clutch time last night. Once again, that, missed goaltend call. Can't get them all. But hey, man, it's your boy, Fully Talk PA. We always keep it a stack, always keep it a buck. We will be talking championship reacts on Sunday night or Monday. That'll be out, so we will be talking about that. But hey, man, we're just trying to keep it a stat, try to keep it a buck. Really excited for the matchup Sunday, man. Till next time.